Blog Talk Radio.
Everyone, stop! The show's about to start. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of No Conduct Radio. Tonight we are joined by Logic. Finally, where were you last week? BJ and Char, fashionably late as usual. Tonight we'll be taking your relationship questions and finally getting to know whatever the hell it was Logic had to tell us last week. So, because I want to know, that's actually what we're going to start off the show with a little bit later, is finding out what the hell Logic kept me personally waiting for 2 weeks and the rest of us waiting for a whole week. It better be good, too. Have you ever had a friend who, like, they had something really good to tell you and you're, like, waiting on pins and needles to find out and then it was just something stupid? Ugh.
No.
You've never had that?
No, I never had that. I said, tell me, don't tell me. I don't care.
Well, you're a dude. Shut up.
I ain't gonna beg you to tell me. Just tell me. If not, whatever.
Well, you're a dude.
That's a female thing, Kyle. You got a female thing going on. That's all.
Well, I am a female. I do have some female tendencies, so I guess that's good, right? I'm not 100% guy.
Yeah.
So, Logic, what the hell? What happened last week?
She said, what the hell?
I was sleeping, man. Couldn't do anything about it. It was a long night. No, I'm serious. I woke up. I woke up like I stole something. It was like 15 minutes left in the show. I was like, huh? What? Who that? Who there? And I tuned in and I heard y'all in the middle of a conversation. I was like, oh man, I can't believe I. And then I went back up 2 hours from that time. I was like, oh no.
Damn.
Damn.
Dang, well. You had a long night. Yeah, that was a long night.
I mean, did you work doubles or something that night? Were you like working 12 to 12? Like, what happened?
No, it wasn't work. It was just,
it
was a slew of things that went wrong for me from that afternoon into that evening. It was just stretching my day out longer than it should have. So that's what it was. That's all it was. But what I wanted to share was check your messages too, because I don't know if you can get this thing I sent you. Hold on, let me double check this real quick.
Oh God, are you kidding me right now?
Would you listen? You're acting like a chick. Stop it.
I am a chick abroad. Whatever the hell else you say, I don't even know.
Yeah, the link that I sent you, the first video there is the audio. It's a minute, like a minute long or so.
You sent me a link?
Yeah. But anyway, it was basically.
Oh!
What?
Oh, you know what this is?
What you're talking about now.
Okay, did you talk about this on the show or?
No. Go ahead.
Okay, basically, I just wanted to comment on how weird and how socially damaging that, ironically enough, the social media is becoming. There was a girl whose name was Abdulia Sanchez, I believe. She was 18 from Los Banos, California. And she was driving drunk. She was live streaming.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember if it was Instagram or Facebook. And she did that and had an accident.
Yep.
where she killed her younger sister.
Yeah.
But instead of having a normal human reaction to it,
she went back
kept live streaming.
Yeah.
And she was like looking at the camera and like angling it to get her face in it.
Crazy.
With
oh my
her
God,
sister,
are you serious?
with her dead sister in the background, and then her dialogue was strange. It was like, I just killed my sister,
I didn't
but
mean
I
to do
don't
it.
care. I know I'm going to go to prison, but I'm going to still hold it down. And it was like,
I was like, yep.
What?
That was crazy.
It was the craziest thing ever. You know, I don't know what exactly they were doing or where they were going or whatever. The area looked pretty desolate. So I don't even think it involved another vehicle. I think she just went off the road. And I don't know if the girl got ejected, but she's like rocking her like, oh, you know, this ain't what I meant to happen, but it is what it is. And it was very bizarre. It was just so bizarre. But of course, she again made sure that she maintained the live stream shot. And it was just weird to me. And I remember I got in an argument with I think the guy's name was Philando Castillo. He's the one that had the license to carry, but he still got shot. Is that Philando? Was that him?
Yeah.
Okay. Situation with him, his girl was live streaming, but it was the same thing where she was trying to, like, she made sure she was in the picture. And I always said that was weird, but somebody tried to tell me, no, she was trying to document the situation. I said, no. If you're trying to document something, you're going to be focused on that thing. You're not going to look at yourself like, why do we need to know what you look like? You know what I mean? You need to be looking at what's happening.
Right.
You know, that's like let's say the 9/11 videos, right? The newscaster, you know, the cameraman is showing it, and then he turns the camera around to show him, the cameraman.
Right.
Like, yo, this is crazy.
Right.
We got it, man. Why do I need to see you? Go back to the building. What are you doing? So it's just weird to me. And then, you know, and her thing was strange too, where I said if my wife or my fiance or my girlfriend just got blasted away in front of my child, I wouldn't, like, my whole thing would be I would want to talk to her before she died. You know what I mean? Well, like, I wouldn't think to angle the camera, like, yo, I can't believe they just did, this is crazy. Like, and was saying in front of him, was saying they had killed him. He's already gone. He wasn't dead yet. He was sitting there like, she wasn't dead. Yo, he's just dead. That's great. They shot him and he's dead. I can't believe it. Like, wow.
And he was calm
like
that.
I don't know. Maybe I'm taking it the wrong way, but
no,
it just was very strange.
No, that's pretty crazy. I saw it on social media, but I'm not somebody to click on every single video I see, especially if it's something about, you know, somebody live streaming somebody dying, for instance. So that's not something I would actually watch. So I saw it, but I never tuned into it.
Yeah, this is Philando, or this is this girl you're talking about?
The girl.
The drunk driver, the 18-year-old drunk driver.
Overcorrected her overcorrected steering. She just went over. Bam. She was flying.
Oh, and to kind of change the subject real quick.
My car, too sexy by far.
Hi, Char.
Okay, yes. Great intro. Really, Kai? Wah, wah, wah. Hello, everyone.
Damn.
And I am too sexy by far, if I must say so.
Yes, we all know.
But you know what? She more strikes me as Edna Mode from The Incredibles. Like, yes, darling.
Edna Mode. Edna Mode.
Okay, so hello to you too, Logic, and BJ, and everyone, all of our listeners. Welcome.
Hey.
So, Char, did you see that video
of
the 18-year-old drunk driver live streaming the death of her sister, basically?
No, I heard you. I did hear the discussion, and it absolutely mortified me. And I'm going to pull it up. I just have to see this and kind of read about it. So that's really sad. I mean, it's kind of like, okay, is this my moment?
I'm going to post the link onto the page.
Right. Thank you. It just felt, from what I gathered, it was like it was the sister's moment, to shine, get her 15 minutes of fame. Are you kidding me? That's super selfish. I can't even imagine anything more heinous and selfish. Like, who does that? Let me put the camera on myself a little bit here to make sure everybody, hey, everyone, yes, me. Okay. Oh, yeah, back to what's happening here with my sibling. Oh, my God. I mean, that's just terrible. That's terrible. It's sad.
Yeah, I think I'm not going to watch it still. That's just asinine. I'm not watching it. Did she actually go to jail, or what happened to her?
Yeah, she's in jail, but
she's in jail.
I don't know if you got the link that I sent you, but it had her audio, just of how she was talking. It was weird to me. I just thought it was really strange. But the father, he was mortified, and he said that's her daughter, his daughter, but he was just like, I hope she really understands. She killed her sister, like there's no way around that.
The impact that's got to have on you. I mean, at the end of the night, it's like it's just you and yourself, and you're sitting there like, did I really do that? You can't change it. You can't reverse it. You just can't. Wow.
But is that? Do you think it's more of a mental capacity thing, or is social media really changing people, like the way that they view life and humanity or whatever, like?
Yeah, they basically do, because they go to social media first and just, and to get their reference from social media and just go and believe that instead of research is further than that, just whatever they see on social media, be it Facebook or Instagram, whatever, or Snapchat, whatever they do.
Well, Logic, I thought you were asking more so, are we losing compassion because negativity and pain and just despair is so open and so rampant in the world, and with social media bringing all that together, I believe sometimes we're not realizing the impact of some of these situations. I think people just look at it to just talk about it, and if, I don't know, I just think we're starting to become numb as a nation. Especially because social media just takes over like it does.
I think people haven't cared about a lot of stuff for a long time, but it's just, to me, I was out the other day, and I saw people out to dinner, and I saw people, like, when they were waiting in line, they were all on their cell phones. And then I saw two people waiting for their food to come out, and they were on their cell phones. They were talking, but they were still, like, glancing, and it was just weird to me, because it's like, if you're out with your girl, why are you checking to see if somebody texts you? Who cares if they text you?
Yeah.
You're with your dude right now. Why are you looking for that? And with social media, like, I understand social media being a big thing for people. Let's say you're from another country, so that's an easier way to keep in contact with your family, or maybe you live far away from your family in some way, whatever. You're a business, or that's a way for you to market in some way. I don't know. I mean, it's all, but for just a regular person that works and goes home and why would you spend hours on Facebook and Instagram? And for what? To do what?
Like,
you know what I mean?
Addictive drugs.
Yeah, and it's like, they said it's something crazy, like over 67% of the personas people display online are not really how their life is, and so it's like it becomes this need for people to think that your life is awesome, and it's, maybe in your opinion it's not. So why wouldn't you just spend that time trying to make your life awesome? Why would you, try to craft these pictures to look this way, or you're taking a picture to be this way and you're really overweight and you don't like it, why don't you just go work out? Instead of having to try to figure out a clever way to take a picture, just go do the actual work in your life.
Well, because people think, because, others are famous off of YouTube or Instagram, so they kind of want to just get that easy money. So I think that's why people are doing that. They're not putting on their real persona, because obviously they're boring and nobody's going to want to watch that. So they're trying to be like a reality, quote unquote, a reality show sensation.
But I don't think it's money. I really don't think it's money, because you see these girls that's putting these twerking videos up there. They're not getting paid. There's no business plan behind that. They're just doing it because they want these dudes to get on there and say, "Oh, shorty nice," or whatever they say nowadays. So it's like, that's what you're looking for. So it's just coming back down to attention. You're doing all of this just for attention.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. And like I said, with the aspect of your sibling dying, you're still looking for that attention. Your boyfriend just got shot to death or near death in front of you. You're looking for attention in that moment? Why? For what? It's just weird to me. And then they say, wait, one thing. They also said, psychologists has also said that social media now has become a relationship issue for the first time in history between couples. That there's a medium of media that has become a relationship problem with people. It's just, I don't know. It's odd to me. It's very odd. I don't understand it.
I'm trying to remember what I was gonna say now. Oh, with the is it Castiel person? I could understand why she was streaming it, but what I don't understand is like why she was trying to get her face in the video, for instance.
Attention.
Right.
And like you said, if her husband's sitting beside her dying, like, shouldn't your
attention be
like trying to at least get your last words out to him or something like that?
Right.
Trying to find out if your child is traumatized. I wouldn't.
You would think.
I wouldn't have even thought of the phone to videotape the whole thing. I would have, I probably would have videotaped it in the beginning, but then after he got shot, that phone would have been dropping, and y'all would have been looking at the roof of my car.
Whatever. Yeah.
It wouldn't have been me sitting there still streaming it.
All right.
But
that's the normal emotional thing to do. Yeah. Reaction.
I'm telling you, I'm just waiting for the video now where somebody, just goes down in a plane crash, and they're like on the side of a mountain, like, yo, we all died. This is my last, blah, blah, blah.
That's crazy.
Like, what I mean? Doing a selfie while they're dying.
While they're dying? I could totally, I would
insane.
Not be surprised.
Be surprised. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right. You won't be surprised because there's so much crazy stuff out there they putting on YouTube and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but imagine your parents. But imagine your parents or your loved one seeing that type of video. That could be really disturbing. That could just be so devastating.
Or you mean like a mother or a brother looking online, seeing their son die in the passenger seat while the girlfriend is saying, "Hey, he just dead. He just shot him. He's dead," and he back there making noise.
And then it'll come on like the news, like, "Oh, the video went viral. A viral video of somebody dying." That's just what they'll say. It went viral. Crazy.
But see, that I don't understand how people click on stuff like that. Like that video of remember that guy was driving around and he filmed himself shooting somebody or something like that.
Yeah.
People were watching that. Like who?
Yeah.
Like he's driving around saying, "I'm looking for somebody to kill today." Like who watches this?
That's the curiosity in the human being. That's curiosity.
I am not that curious. Morbidly curious? No, I'm not curious.
Some people are.
No, you're saying some people are, but a lot of people are, because a lot of people tuned in to all of that.
Listen, I'm going to tell you, the majority of people, if the world had a habit of sending live footage of war from the soldiers' perspective, you know how many people would tune into that channel?
Yeah.
To watch.
Oh wow.
Like if there was footage of helicopters shooting bombs into villages, and you could see it from the perspective of the soldier if he was going in and clearing buildings and shooting whoever comes out. Doesn't matter if it's kids. They would still if that channel existed. That channel would make more money than all the rest of the channels.
Yeah. They could be a pay-per-view channel. They still do.
I was about to say, y'all just got really quiet. Like, what the hell? But yeah, I wouldn't invest in that channel. I can't see because I know that usually most of the people that are casualties of war are civilians, are innocents who have nothing to do with any of this. So I'm not invested in that. If it was we were going to go shoot somebody who was our actual enemy, then I'll probably watch it. I don't know, because that's kind of, you see gory things, and I don't know if I want to see that. But I would never tune into that kind of channel. That's why those military movies, those war movies, make so much money. But based off of that, a cute little segue. What if we did have The Purge? Would anybody participate?
That would be I would have to participate.
It probably wouldn't be every year, because I think I would get all the mines out in 1 year.
In 1 year,
wow. What a douchebag!
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had to participate. Yeah, I had to. Oh, God.
There's a few people that deserve a socket wrench from me, as far as I'm concerned.
You said socket wrench.
So you would actually participate in the Purge. Not only participate in the Purge, but you would get everybody in one night.
Listen, I not only would participate, I would be so thrilled on the days leading up to it. I would make sure I requested off. I would get the first aid kits that I need in order to survive the crazy that's just out for general mayhem.
Could you imagine?
And I would make sure I got a core group of cats together. I'm like, okay, this year we're doing 2 of Charlie's, 1 of Claude's, and 1 of mine. Okay, everyone agreed?
Wow. I think you thought about this just a little bit too much. Just a little bit.
No, listen, come on, let's not even Kai. Okay, it's the Purge. If the Purge did exist, there wouldn't be a certain ex-husband that had to look over his shoulder. Really?
I know, really?
Yeah. Shut up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think, when I was thinking about it, the funny thing is, when I was thinking about it, I actually didn't think of him. I was thinking about a bunch of other people.
Wow.
Now look at you. You're judging me, but you're thinking about a bunch of other people. A bunch.
I know it would be a night that you can't catch me on I cannot be on the road, because I have to transform my car, and that road rage would really come out.
See, listen, you already thinking like a square. You gotta get the Mad Max Fury Road truck that Furiosa had. You gotta get that truck.
That was crazy.
I think I would actually hire people on the back. You know those little pogo stick things that they were leaning over. I think I would actually hire people to do that, but not for any reason except that I thought that was cool. Just lean over and casually put something in your car.
That'd be a mad night. Oh my God.
Char, are you there?
I'm back. I dropped out. Technology is not always a marvel.
So we were talking about the Purge. If the Purge did exist, would you participate in it?
Oh man, there are some people I'd love to get back at, and I've seen that. I've seen both Purge 1 and 2. I love that movie. Yeah, I would participate.
You mean you, Char, have had a bad day? Crazy.
I mean, there's just some people. No, but there's some people in the world. If I could legally just take them out, I would probably do it. But since I can't legally do it right now, I haven't done it. So yeah.
Wow, she said right now. Y'all heard that, right? She said right now.
I'm coming for you.
She said right now.
But you know what? You know what though? More than the Purge, I would rather that world leaders who wanted to go to war They just had to actually duke it out themselves. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
Like if a president had a problem.
Do you know how much
with
peace would be in this world?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Listen, don't even get me started. But yeah, if it was like, Obama had to go over to Afghanistan and go up against the illest tribal dude in Afghanistan, that he only had 5 soldiers he could take with him, and they had 5 of them, and they just had to meet up in some area and get it done, and that would be how the war was settled. It would be too much peace. You know what I mean? All of this grandiose stuff that all these Chinese, dictators and the Korean guy out there, Kim he wouldn't be launching nothing. His doughy ass. He wouldn't be doing anything. He would just be, oh wait a minute, let's get it together. Let's have some peace here. Same thing with Hitler. You think Hitler would have been out there jumping around in the trenches, fighting, the Russians and stuff? No. The 25th hour, he took a pill and got burned to death.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen. So I want to say, okay, so one of our listeners messaged in and asked, have we heard about the young teens who watched the man drown and did nothing? They just filmed it on their cameras, laughing and calling the man stupid. I think you didn't tune in last week. We did mention that last week.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we did mention that last week on the show. And, of course, it was in Florida because everything happens in Florida. But, yeah, they were just – and I think they're trying to find a way to prosecute the team.
Yeah, but that's wrong. That's wrong to me. If it wasn't illegal when someone did it, you can't then go back and say this was illegal and now we're going to lock you up for something you did before. That's bull. And furthermore,
it wasn't illegal. They're just trying to find – some way, like if there's any legal precedence to say it was illegal or to say something.
I understand that, but my thing is where this is getting stupid is it's not a law that you have to help somebody. You know what I mean? Now, me personally, I'm sure that I wouldn't have been there laughing and watching a person drown. But you cannot sit here and say we have to find a way to prosecute these people. This person's drowned. That's what happened. Now, were they insensitive and do they have some moral issues going on with them? Yeah. And they should go down in the books as, one of the leading assholes of this year. But other than that, what else can you say? It is no one's job to jump in any river or lake or stream to save you. Period. Saving somebody from drowning, that's a technique. You have to know how to swim and how to hold this person so they won't drown you. There's a lot to that. It's not just simply, hey, you need help? Oh, there you go. It's that you could die yourself. That's why people don't get arrested on the beach because they see somebody out there drowning. The lifeguard unit doesn't come there and say, what did you do? You just sat here and watched that. Get your hands up behind your back. Let's go. It's not your job. They are trained professionals that do that. If no one was there, then he drowned. And the way I heard,
but
wasn't he trying to commit suicide or something?
He was a special needs guy. And so that's what I was about to say. First of all, he was special needs. And second of all, they were just sitting there laughing at him like.
Okay, now here's my question.
They didn't know.
If he's special needs, who was watching him?
Right. Yeah.
And that's kind of what I was wondering also.
If anything, I would have more questions for the people that were supposed to be caring for him. Yeah. Either the facility or his family, whatever his case was. Where were you? What happened? It would be the same thing if a kid drowned.
Isn't this I'm just trying to do a comparative narrative. So is it possible that they can maybe authorities might try to link this to the same crime where, what is it called, where if you witness a murder, and I know this is not a murder, but if you witness a murder or any type of crime, you don't report it. So as a citizen of the United States, maybe they feel it was that person's duty to help opposed to not do anything. If you witness a murder or you know that there's some type of crime committed, no, it is not your job to be a hero and stop it, but you're not supposed to sit back and do nothing. You have to report it. Is
Right.
Well, I mean, but the police aren't even by law, fixed to helping you and putting your own life in danger. Like when it's a hurricane, it is not a law that says that they have to send someone out to help you. That's why they tell you get out or whatever because blah blah blah. They can if they want, but it is not a law that the police have to risk their life to help you. So if that's not their job, then as a citizen who has no training, why would you be liable for someone else's situation? You're not liable.
But
but
screaming live thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but liable is one thing. I agree with that. But the fact that he just allowed, like I was saying before, to allow a crime to happen or to witness it and not report it. So this was not a crime. It was totally just an accident. It was terrible. But I'm saying maybe as an American citizen, it's our duty to help or to report, not just sit there and actually make light of it.
That's what I'm saying. You're saying it's our duty, which makes us liable. Okay, so no, I don't agree with that. That can't be the case. Like if I look out my window, and I see these people jumping into somebody's window from outside, now I could call that in and say, there's something going on. But if I don't, that's not illegal for me to say, oh, ain't my business.
But you're also not hackling. But you're not hackling the situation. Like they jumped out the window. You see what I mean?
I could be. No, but I could be. It's just not caught on footage. I could sit in my house and laugh and watch my neighbor's house get robbed because I don't like them, and it's just funny to me. It's like he's about to come home and he ain't gonna have a TV. I can laugh to myself the whole time. But the only thing and this is the problem with the reason that they're getting all this attention. The problem, going back to what I said earlier, people need for attention. They saw the situation happen. They videotaped it for whatever bizarre reason, and then they posted it online because they wanted other people to see their moment. You know what I mean? And this is the only reason that they're in trouble is because people saw that. You know how many people see something going on and they laugh about it and they keep it moving? They just don't videotape it. You know how many people that live next door to a woman that they hear every night get her ass kicked by some guy? Yeah. Or they see some dude go to work, and then they see 2 or 3 guys come up in that guy's house banging his wife, and then they leave right before he get back, and every day when they're on their porch, don't say a word to him. Hey, George, how's it going? Hey, nothing, man. Just another hard day at work. And they're laughing at this dude. He's a clown. He had no idea.
But seriously, would you say anything?
Yes. If I live next door to some poor schmuck who has a whore for a wife, I would be like, hey, George, listen, that ain't my business. And if this situation is cool with you, then hey, I'm not judging. But just let you know, there's some foot traffic going in and out your house every time you leave for work. Just letting you know.
But
all right,
as
far as I'm going with it. You said what?
If you didn't like him, you still tell him?
If I didn't like him, probably not. Probably not.
Right.
I'll probably just look at him like, whatever. That's why your wife is cheating on you. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Listen, look, I ain't gonna. Look, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I'm not. Have to save a hoe or whatever the case may be. I'm not gonna. Oh, it's my duty as a man. No. But if I didn't know him like that, or he was kind of cordial, whatever the case, it's just like I don't like seeing stuff like that happen. It would be the same thing if it was a woman. If it was a guy, they both work and they both take off, and then I see him come double back to the house, and the neighbor down the street comes up and like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? So next time I saw her, I would be like, hey, Kathy up the block she comes up in your house when you ain't there. It ain't none of my business. But I'm just letting you know.
But then again, so suppose she put you on that thing he told me this, and you're in the middle of all that. What would happen? How would you feel about that? That's the thing.
You said what?
The kickback. If she tell her husband what's going on, then she tell him, the husband, that you told her. So here come to you.
Her husband can come talk to me if he needs to. What,
right.
am I duck from him?
No, I ain't
He's
going
going
to
to have an attitude. Logic. He's going to have an attitude. He'll probably come over with a baseball
and if you listen, if you
and
look,
do you want to get involved? I mean, what if you don't even know this person?
Hold on. See, this is where you're getting twisted up. I'm not involved. Okay, I said something that I saw, just like I would say it if I saw it in the other situation. It was on the other foot. It was her running around banging some guy. You know what I mean? I would tell him the same thing. Now, if he comes to me like, why are you going to shoot the dick? If you're a Mac and you like to bang chicks, then first of all, be smooth about your operation. Don't get mad because you got caught. Be a man. Hey, I got caught. If it's like that, don't be in a relationship and be out here and be a whore if you want. But don't get mad if you get caught because, again, if I see any injustice happening to anyone, I'm going to, let it be known. Like, yo, the situation is not right. This is what happened. You deal with whatever way you deal with it. If I tell them once, nothing changes, I'll never say anything again.
Mm-hmm.
Because I already told you. You know what I mean? If you decide that, well, I love him and, I'm going to, okay. So if I see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chicks going in there, I'm not saying a word because I already told you about the first one.
Mm-hmm.
You know
so
what?
No,
why do I feel like women will just say I love him, but a man would probably be ready to fight about it? You know what I mean? Like, it would be a huge fight. I think the women would forgive. Oh, I love him. And
there's a good amount of guys.
I'm going to kill him. Who's this man? What, you think so?
Oh, yeah. More than they are willing to admit.
I don't think the man's going to say, oh, I love her. I think he's going to be looking for the guy to bash his head in and then, and telling his wife she's a whore.
No, he will. There will be violence that surges up in him, but there will be a good contingent of men, if they are not in their masculine core, that will lower their head and say, I'm just going to try to work it out with her. They're going to say there's a good amount of men that will do that. Definitely. No, this idea that more men would leave, that's nonsense. That maybe used to be the situation maybe back in the 50s, but nowadays, with the images that they put on, look, what's the most manly guy that you've seen on TV? How I Met Your Mother, all of those dudes are half-wit girls, Friends. Ross is up there begging. What was her name? Jennifer Aniston's character for a relationship. He's a curator at a museum, and she's a waitress. He's begging her for a relationship. That's the craziest thing ever. There's no masculine core anywhere, image-wise, that men have to pull off of. And most dudes, most dudes in this day and age are not as masculine as they used to be. So, no, there's plenty of guys that will be... What?
I said it's very true. I do agree with that, especially in the...
there's many guys that are accepting crazy situations right now. I was reading this article about the polyamorous community where they share women. There's a chick. Yeah. She'll live in a house with 3 dudes, and she just goes from room to room throughout the week. You know what I mean? And it's like the craziest thing I've ever seen.
I need details. What's the address and phone number of this place?
What? Polyamorous. It's like there will be a couple, like 3 couples, and they all just interchange with each other constantly, and it's like, we don't own each other's bodies, and we don't lock each other down in psychological and emotional prisons, and whatever. You're sharing your chick. Just call it what it is. You're sharing your broad.
West Virginia.
You think she'd be exhausted by the end of each week, and she probably has an assignment. Okay, Harry's on Monday.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Char. I agree with Char, and I think as a good investigator, I should do some research on this. So I kind of need.
See. More than one guy. More than one guy.
That's just doing the most. I don't know. That's doing the most.
They want variety. They want variety in their life.
Oh, these people in this world. Wow. Doing the
All right, so
people.
Logic, you said you had something else to bring up to us. What was the second thing?
Well, what was the other thing I wanted to bring up?
I don't know. You wouldn't tell me these things.
Yeah. No, it was another video that I posted. It was about this guy who he was married to this woman, and she left him for her boyfriend, and then told her daughter, because she took the daughter, she told her that your father molested you.
What?
And then it was on Dr. Phil.
God.
And they did the polygraph test, and he passed with flying colors.
Wow. Dang.
But because she had told her for so long
She believed
that
it.
your father molested you, the little girl, the teenage girl was like, I still don't believe it.
Still don't believe
And
it.
she ran to her mother's boyfriend and
Wow.
said dad and hugged him. And
Oh my God.
the way her father's shoulders slumped when that happened was
Poor
just
guy.
Dagger
heart-wrenching.
to
I
the
was
heart.
like, this chick is unbelievable.
Off the chain.
Unbelievable.
So nothing can be happened to her? I would sue the shit out of her for
Well, see, that
slander.
was the discussion I wanted to bring up. You know, why is it that these women, and she's not the first, there's plenty of chicks. The Jian Ghomeshi case in Canada, where the woman claimed that he raped her, and they proved that never happened. And through her text messages to other people proved that she did everything willingly, and she was actually happy about it until he just wasn't calling her anymore, and then that's when it turned into, oh, he raped me. You know, like, his career is over. And the fact that she accused him of it, no one believes that he's innocent, even though there is hard evidence to prove that he never did.
Wow.
They refuse to believe it, and it's because of that popular public image that they refuse to believe it. He can't get a job now, you know, because he was in radio or something like that. So it's like, but nothing happens to her. All of the money that she was given for people that said, oh, I feel bad for her, and sent her money and everything, she don't have to pay any of that back. She gets to just go on in her life. And I think one of the chicks that tried to jump on board later, like tried to parlay that into like some hustle where she goes and talks at conferences where she's talking about women dealing with being attacked and not believed and blah, blah, blah. She's still making money.
A speaker.
Nothing happens to these people.
Dang.
So, I mean, why is there not a law? Why is there not a contingency for that where, you know, you can be tried for false accusations, you know, and public defamation and all of, like, why is there not cases going on like that? I don't understand that.
Wow.
I don't understand it, but they should have that. I mean, because they always vilify the man, and the woman is always the victim. And if you ever question the woman, then you're automatically, what is it called, victim shaming or victimizing or some crap like that. Even if it turns out that the woman was lying, they're still saying, well, you shouldn't have questioned it anyway. Or, you know, I mean, there should definitely be something in place for that, because a woman can say whatever she wants. I take back my consent. I take back my consent. Well, how was I supposed to know that in the future you were not going to consent any longer? You consented now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Crazy.
It's just getting really ridiculous. They're really trying to, like, I don't know, take power away from men. I really don't know what they're trying to do.
Yeah, that's exactly. Demasculinized.
You know, men are now wearing, so you know all the other stuff that I brought out. There's actually leggings now that look like pants, but they're just really, they're leggings. So they're really tight, and that's what men wear now. Like, can you imagine that?
They're called
It's not
jeggings.
no, it's not skinny jeans. It's skinnier than skinny jeans. It's leggings. So they wear leggings.
Yep.
And
I know
then
they're called
shirt over it.
jeggings. It's like a jean material, but they're actually they're jeggings. I keep saying jeggings. Okay. Anyway, did you see the rompers that the men are wearing? The one-piece rompers.
Yeah, we
Some
already
of them are.
talked about that.
Yeah,
Where
we
were
talked
you?
about that a
Talked about
couple
that a
weeks
long
ago.
time ago.
No, I remember. You know what? No, I remember. But you know what? Never mind the rompers. No, you guys are right. The dresses. No, we talked about the nightgowns too. Did we? The nightgowns.
Nightgowns. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, they're dresses. They're dresses, but they look like that old-fashioned nightgowns. Nightgowns that the older men were wearing to bed. Yes, they've come back in fashion. Well, if anyone knows BJ, you know fashion. There you go.
They ain't never.
Yeah.
You ain't come back. I ain't never seen them, but they back. They here. I mean.
Yeah.
I don't think they was. They come back where? I ain't never seen them.
They've come out. They weren't even worn out before. They were worn to bed, and now they're just wearing them. You know what? Okay, I'll post it. I always say I'm going to post something, but I'll post it. You guys can check it out.
Men wearing dresses to bed. What?
Well, no, years ago, the much older generation.
Remember, BJ, if you look at like a Christmas Carol or
right.
I guess Scrooge's Christmas Carol. So he would wear a dress with the little stocking hat. Yeah, that's what she's talking about. But I guess they wear it out now. Char, post a picture of that to our Facebook group, page, No Conduct Radio.
What kind of fashion is that? What the fashion game is that? Okay. Must be the dark side.
BJ, do you remember the question that we asked last week where Logic wasn't here? What was the question again? Do you remember?
No.
Grr. Oh,
it
was. You know what it was? It was. She was with a married dude, but he wants her to love him. He says he loves her, and he wants her to love him. But he won't leave his wife and kid. So should she love him? Should she trust him to love him or something like that?
Oh yeah, we talking. She was she can never be number one. Right. Yeah. She's a side chick. The mistress, that thing.
Yeah, so she was a side chick, but he wanted her to love him, but he wasn't going to leave his wife and kid. So her question is, should she trust him enough to love him?
Wait, what was that?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So his question was, should she trust him enough to love him? So we answered that last week, Logic, but I want to hear your take on it.
What was the situation? There was a married guy and she's dating.
Are you serious? Okay, so let's go over this for the third time. This woman was with a married man. He said he loved his mistress, which is side chick, and he wanted her to love him back. But her question was, if he's never planning on leaving his wife and kids, should she trust him enough to love him back?
Of course not, because love obviously means nothing to him. He has no commitment or loyalty. Like, why would you believe anything he has to say? Because if you know anything for sure, he's a liar because he's lying to his wife. What's the discussion? You see how dumb chicks are? Like, I know.
I tell you, I say the same thing.
I tell you, I cannot deal with talking to women. This is why I laugh when I hear women say, I have male friends. No guy would have this conversation with you because it's so stupid. He's cheating on his wife and you're banging him anyway. And ask yourself this question. Why would he want a girl that is okay with banging a married man? What's he going to say? That you're a trustworthy chick? You're a whore. You're showing that you're a whore just like he is. So what's he going to leave a woman that may be a good woman and is trusting him for a whore? Because that's all he knows that you are is a whore.
It's crazy. I don't know what he found. I
don't feel sorry for her either. She's a slut.
Well, my thing last week. Okay, so this is my thing last week. But suppose he, and trust me, I completely agree with y'all, but I'm trying to look at it from another angle. Suppose he, like his wife is a douchebag or his wife cheated on him.
It doesn't matter.
But hold on, but he's not leaving her for the kid, like because of the kid. He's not leaving her because she could do something like, hey, I'm going to convince my kid that you molested her. You know what I'm saying? So suppose he does want to find love, but he doesn't want to leave his wife because she's a crazy bia. So I mean, suppose that's the issue.
Oh man.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you the way a psyche of a man works. If I'm with a woman and she is an asshole, and she's enough of an asshole that the only reason that I'm still there is because we have a baby. Then I meet a good woman, a diamond in the rough, the type of chick that I've been waiting for. I'm not going to run the risk of this woman getting away, because if I leave her, I get with this good woman, and this good woman is not a gold digger, and she's going to understand that, yeah, it's going to be tight for me because now I have to pay child support and possibly alimony if I was really an idiot and didn't get any paperwork done. Then, again, if she's a good woman, she's going to want to be with a good man, and she's going to see me for a good man. She's going to be willing to take that journey with me. So, again, I can finally have the support system and the healthy relationship that I've always been wanting, and my kid will be able to witness a healthy relationship between a man and a woman, and that will be better for my kid in the long run, instead of me just being around some douchebag who I don't like, and we argue, and my kid grows up thinking that all of that is normal, you know. But the only reason a dude would string a chick along is because he knows he can.
Yeah.
She needs to get some self-esteem and keep it moving.
Yeah. He told her what she want to hear. Yeah, play on her emotions.
And she needs to stop going through life leading. Go ahead.
I was going to say that's kind of what we said last week, similar. But, yeah, I was trying to look at it from a different point of view, like suppose.
There is no different point of view. What women need to understand is you can't find salvation in life on your back. Stand up on your own too and figure your life out. Some dude sniffing around your cooch, you know, giving you some compliments is not the answer to your problems.
Okay, well, we have a caller. Let's see what the caller has to say. Caller ending in 6696. You're on the air.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
I agree with Logic. Any females that are just listening to this now, if a man tell you that, you got to be the stupidest person to believe that. And I'm actually calling in because I was friends with this girl in high school, and we kind of grew up together, and she was dating this older guy for years. And for years, this man was telling her how he was going to leave his wife. You know, they had kids together, how he was going to leave his wife. He would actually drive from his state on the weekends to, North Carolina just to see this girl. And he would make promises to her about, I'm going to leave my wife for you. And one thing females have to understand is no man is leaving his wife for you. You are the side piece, and as long as you keep believing that, they're going to keep stringing you along. Because I feel like if a man is going to leave his wife for you, he would have been done left her. He would have been done got a divorce. You can say, I'm staying for the kids all you want. That's a bunch of bull. I'm sorry. Like, women, you have to realize a man is not going to do that. He's not leaving his wife for you. And the first thing a man do, and I notice, I see women do it too, but men will quit, and women too, they will quick to start, downplaying their wife or their husband or whatever, just telling you, how bad they are, or they're not treating me right and this and that, so you can fall for it.
Yeah.
But again, women, if you out there and you got some man telling you that he's leaving his wife for you, hang it up. Because I know this chick, she waited for years. It's not happening. It's not going to happen.
She waited for years? Wow.
Of course, because you already no. You already know the hustle he said. When he met her, more than likely he told her, oh, yeah, I've always been waiting for somebody like you, but listen, my kid is too young right now, and they're not going to understand, so I'm going to wait for him to grow up a little bit.
Right.
And then that time came along, and then, I want to wait for them to get out of high school, because that way they can deal with the divorce better, and there won't be a broken home. Then high school time comes, and, but the house is almost paid off, and I don't want her to have that over my head. And so it's just going to keep leapfrogging until she meets somebody and moves on, or he just is like, I can't, I'm not doing it anymore. Or he meets somebody younger and then more sexier, and then I'm not feeling it. And you did here it go. He's not gonna say that. This is what he's gonna say. You deserve better than me. And blah blah blah.
The old famous line. That's that famous adage.
Yeah. I never used that. That's a good. I never used that. I wanted to use that, but I never used that line. That was a good line. I never used that. I wanted to though.
Or it's not me. It's not you. It's me. It's not you.
The bad part about the situation the girl was in, he told her that too. He was like, I'm gonna wait for my child to get older, and once the child got older, his next excuse was he had got his wife pregnant. The wife had got pregnant again. So I'm like, okay.
Oh my God! Wait, hold on, everybody. Hold on. Wait. Okay, everybody, stop. So, what you're saying, listener? She waited for him to leave his wife for years. Then he got the wife pregnant. So now she knows that he is definitely sleeping with her and his wife. Yeah. And then he got her pregnant, so he's not going anywhere. Right. How long did she stay with him after he got his wife pregnant?
She was still with him she was probably with him for like 3 more years.
Yeah, she's an idiot. I apologize if that's your friend, but she's an idiot.
And the reason why I know this, I remember like he used to bring the first kid that he had, he used to bring the kid down with him. And then after the wife had the second child, he would, bring that kid along too. So I'm just like,
they brought Linda's family.
Hold up.
Yes.
Was he paying her bills?
He wasn't like paying her bills like that. He'll throw a little chump change, go get your hair done or something like that.
So basically, he was paying a slut.
Basically.
Okay. Right.
Damn.
What kind
your
of
friend or that person you knew has no self-esteem at all.
That's what these guys look for. They look for broken women that they can play the hustle on.
That is true. Most people like that, they looking for somebody that's broken that they can play on, because anybody that's strong, they're not going to put up with that. Char, for your example, like I hear you, I don't know you personally, but you're like a strong woman. You're not going to stand for that. So most people, they play on people that they know they're going to get over on. And she was just one of them chicks where, he can tell her anything and she's going to be right there. So.
That's a fatal attraction.
That wouldn't happen.
That's the one that turn fatal attraction, I think. That's a fatal attraction. You can't leave them.
That's not a fatal attraction. Fatal attraction is they're looking to kill the person.
No, I'm saying if you try to leave her, she might say, no, I'm not leaving. You don't leave me, that kind of thing. If she's like that.
So do you have an update on this person that you used to know? Like, after she left him, what happened? I
don't want to know her business out there, but let's just say that she got a couple of kids by a couple of different, baby daddies. So
damn.
Oh, and the plot thickens.
So then she went down. Basically, she went down the same path. Then
everybody on there at different levels, and she's just not trying to be funny. She's just not on my. I don't really like to associate with people like that, because I feel like, to me, I got more life going on. So you having all these kids by all these different men, you know what protection is, you know where babies come from. So, but yeah, last time I checked, she got maybe about 5 kids.
Damn.
Oh my God. All by different guys?
And to keep it real, a lot of the guys that that she held these kids by, they were actually in relationships also when she had them. So, yeah.
Wow.
What a whore. I hope she's listening. You're a whore, ma'am.
Wow.
Hi. Oh, wow.
I'm sorry. If she was my friend, I guess that's why I don't have a lot of friends. I would have told her to her face, my kid number 2. First of all, with the first dude, I would have told her how stupid she was. And, I'd have been trying to get her out of it. Like, you need to move away. This is your mindset. I see you have low self-esteem. Let's try and build it together. And then she didn't listen to me. And, afterwards she starts popping out kids. I told her, look, you're a dirty slut, and I don't really want to associate with you anymore, so guess I'll catch you.
That's true to a degree. And, I tried that, but sometimes I feel like after the second child, I feel like, you can't help everybody. So if you don't want to be helped, it's time for me to move on. You can't help everyone. So you to an age, she was to an age where, like I said, you know where babies come from. You know these guys are playing you. So it's like whatever. You go, you do you. I'm gonna do me.
Well, caller, I have a question. Do you believe that? Do you know if any of the baby daddies are actually in her life, or at least the child's life, to where they, even care about any of these children? Do you know what I mean? Getting any type of help, or even a relationship with any of the kids, or any of the kids even know their baby daddy? I mean, their father.
I'm honest. Her very first one, and because like I said, I was there. She was young. We were still in high school when she had her first one, or like a year or so after high school. I think the very first one. I don't even think she has the little girl. I think actually the father has the little girl, and the rest of them I'm not sure. But I do know her last one. I think she's actually with that guy now. But yeah.
Wow. And she's going to hang on to him tight because that's the only one that ever stayed with her. So no matter what he's doing, she is going to hang on to him tight.
He could probably treat her like crap.
I help there with all them kids. I mean.
And he's a dumbass.
Listen, that's going to be the last march of any man that takes her seriously. He's getting a ready-made family, like a ranch-style family. 5 kids, a girl with mental, emotional issues that he's going to have to work past. Then he's going to have to knock down all of the walls of the kids that they have built up over time by these absentee fathers. And not to mention the economical strain. Oh, yeah. The joys. The patriarchy. Look how it's working out
Come
for
on, Logic. You know he is not paying for any of those kids. Those are not his kids.
Listen, I'm saying if the man loves her, I mean, because see, listen, this is what women don't want to admit. When a man loves a girl, like she's in his heart, it's just an instinct in him that I want her problems to disappear. I want to do this. So if he's gonna put that on himself. It's not going to be coming from her. It's not going to be a hustle that he's doing. Because again, 5 kids deep with no answers, she's not going to have a high level of self-priority. So it's not, he could come in and do nothing and still get the draws, obviously, because she's giving it up. But if he really loves her, he falls in love with this girl, he's going to make it a priority on his own to solve her problems. Yeah. He's going to make it a priority on his own because the way society teaches us men, you got to be the end of her world and everything. So the pressure is going to all be on him to do that. And even if she is not putting that pressure on him, the women around her is going to say, well, if you struggling, what's he doing? He ain't going, if such and such needs some jackets or something, where's so-and-so at? That ain't his kid. But still, he's there. Yeah. It's going to be crazy for any dude. It's going to be crazy.
I think you men who sit there and try and solve your women's problems are a bunch of pussies. Man up. Let her solve her own damn problem.
Damn.
No, listen. She's joking. She's joking. She's joking, but she's absolutely right. Men have to start treating women like adults. If you have a problem, you need to solve your problem. Me personally, as a man, I don't mind a girl saying, unless you can, you're willing to merge your life with mine and we help each other through life, I don't want to do anything with you, physically or anything. I ain't got a problem with that. You have a complete right to say, X is not going down without Z being in place first. You know what I mean? You can say that. There's not an issue with that at all. You got men out here that act like it's not fair that a woman wouldn't want to have sex with him unless he's helping her or put some effort into her life. It's not crazy. That's her right. If that's her body, he doesn't have a right to her. If she's saying, listen, I'm not going to give you access to me unless I know that you're engaged enough with me to help me through my problem. That's not crazy. That is her right to do that. But it's also his right to walk and say no, because no one helps me with my problems, and I'm not going to help anybody else with theirs. I want you to have your situation and your problems dealt with before you come up in my face talking about you want a relationship. That's his right to do that. But, unfortunately, there's not many women out there that fit the mold Because most chicks that I know got problems.
They got mine too. They got problems. Yep. Most chicks I know the same thing.
Or baggage, bring some baggage into the relationship anyway.
Yeah,
well, before I let the caller go, I want to ask her one of our questions that was actually asked last week, which is, what is the biggest turnoff you've ever had on a date?
Oh.
Damn.
She took a long breath on that one.
Yeah.
Where do I start?
Oh my God.
I guess somebody just talk about themselves like the whole conversation is about you. Like, I think it was like years ago before, like, I'm not even a teenager. I was just turning 20. I was on a date with this guy, and all he could talk about was what he had, what he drove, how much money he made, and it was all a lie.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like, none of that. Like, he still lived with his mom. Like, so yeah.
Well, yeah, he was trying to impress you with money. He thought you were probably one of those women who throw off their underwear for money. So
isn't that an insult? That's like kind of like a prostitute type of thing, ain't it?
But most women are like that. Most women are like that. Char. Sorry.
Excuse me?
Wow.
I'm gonna say this.
You know what? You better be glad I was texting right now. So I'm not even paying attention to you.
Char's like, what?
Yeah. Better be glad I was sending my baby a text. I am not even trying to pay attention to your little comment. Anywho.
She said, what?
Most women, they value you based on what you're worth. So, I mean, you would think to me it would be insulting, because even if I'm broke, and somebody tries to say, well, I have this amount of money, I'll say I have my own money, whether I have it or not. But my mindset is your money is your money. What good is that going to do to me? You have your money. So, but most women value a guy based on, you'll see profession, which equals money. Like, do you have a house, which equals money? What kind of car do you drive, which equals money? What kind of clothes do you wear, which equals money? What do you do in your spare time, which equals money? So everything they value a guy on is money.
Yep.
I'm not like that. I'm just the kind of person where, with anything, starting out a relationship, if we're serious, I do feel like you should have your own. It's not about how much you have or whatever. It's about you having your own. Because personally, I don't want you living with your mama. Like, I don't want to come to your mama house for a date. I just feel like you should.
But not to cut you off, caller.
You're trying to get yourself together. It's a certain age where you should be at a point where you're both men and women, where you're trying to. If I can see you trying to get yourself together, that's one thing. But you just, laid back, don't want to do nothing. Playing video games all day, reading comic books. And like, I actually had a boyfriend like this for like years, and that's all he did. Like, he was a mama's boy. Like, he had a job, but
let me ask you this. If you met a guy that was living with his mother, but he didn't have to, he was really doing it to help her. Meaning,
oh my God, I was about to ask that same question.
If he, like, let's say he has a job in like IT, he's making 75, 80 or whatever a year, and he had a single mother, and she was entry level work all her life, and she just worked to provide for her kids, however many he had, and he was the only responsible one out of all of them. And now she's old, and he moves in or moves her somewhere with him. So technically, he's living with his mother, but it's really out of I want to help my mom. That's
totally different. Like, that's man respect. That's totally different than from somebody that mother is, capable. She works. She may got a boyfriend or husband.
I want to say this though. You have to be honest that if someone was to ask him, and he says his mother's living in the house with him, as well as I do, it is a good contingent of women that would judge him and say, "Oh, he got his mom living with him," and just dismiss him. That
Well,
that's
he's not
I'm
gonna.
real.
gonna say I
He's
wouldn't
not gonna
personally because
explain
I
that.
actually knew some like he was like a friend of mine. I actually knew someone like that, like had to take care of his mom. So, like I said, if that situation that's totally different. I can handle that. But you just being lazy, don't want to do nothing with your life. That's a whole another ball game.
Now, did that friend of yours, did he have a hard time with relationships because of that?
No, because to be honest, he actually had a girlfriend, like a long-term relationship with a girl. So no, I mean because he was upfront and she knew his situation, how it was, so she was cool with it.
Oh, okay.
I think it shows you have a good heart anyway. You have a good heart. I mean, if someone told me that, if you're telling me the truth, look, I live
Man,
with mom.
please. These young
No,
girls
it's
out here
true.
don't care about your heart.
Yeah, the
No,
heart.
that's not. No, listen. I'm just saying this is what women say they want is a man that's compassionate and that is caring. If the way a man treats his mother it's a good example of how he'll treat you. And if that man is sacrificed his own, I guess you can say singlehood, so to speak, or independence of just having some nice house on his own or a bachelor pad or whatever, because he wanted to help his mother out. It's probably for just a certain amount of time anyway. I mean, that's
Yeah,
really that speaks volumes about who he is.
you're saying that as an older woman. The two of you are saying that because you understand what is more important. But these younger girls just didn't have the same upbringing, didn't have the same teaching, so they're lost. So they would actually look at that like as a problem. Like Kai got me watching this retarded show online. I mean, on TV. Something about fiancés from another country,
Hey,
and there's
not
a guy.
retarded.
Yeah, 90
Day
Day Fiancé.
Everybody needs to watch that.
There's a guy from the Dominican. There's a guy from the Dominican Republic, and they're poor. Like the exchange rate is crazy from American U.S. dollars to Dominican whatever they use. So he's sending money back to his mother, and because the money exchange rate is very high, she's able to get like a nice crib. But the chick that he's with, they went to visit them in the Dominican Republic, and she's looking at this big house that his mother has due to the fact that he's sending her money. And she's like, well, we're not living in a house this big. You're living in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? It would cost a lot more for you to have that, whereas this is the Dominican Republic. You can get a big house for a Jolly Rancher or a Tic Tac. You know what I mean? It's crazy cheap there. So like she's
oh my God, seriously,
looking at him.
Logic is only showing telling a fraction of this thing. Y'all really need to go to TLC.com or something and catch up on this because this Atlanta family is crazy. They have my blood pressure raising because I want to strangle them. Like, listen to what you're saying. But anyway, continue, Logic.
Well, the point that I was focusing on is that guy is helping his mother because she's older and he's helping his sister. But this chick that he's with refuses to understand it that way, and she's just looking at, you got them a house and we still living in a house this big, and not taking into account that this is the exchange rate and whatever. Like, so that's why the situation is different. And furthermore, even if it was that, why are you angry? I'm taking care of my family, that's only going to show what I will be as a husband or a father. What are you getting angry about? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can understand if he's stealing money out of your account and you're finding him with strange drawers in his car. Like, whose panties is he? I don't know. It must have came out from outside. Like, that's different. That's the reason to be upset. But giving provisions to your family? I know a guy right now, his girl broke up with him because he was paying for his little brother's board, meaning he was in college, and that was being covered by whatever, and his lodging in college, but he didn't have enough money to eat. So he was giving his brother $200 or $300 a week and saying, here, just, use that to get your food, your breakfast, and your dinner. And every week I'll hook you up.
And she
broke up with him.
Dang.
She broke up with him.
That's crazy.
But you know what? I feel like that goes back, like you were saying, like the younger generation. It just goes back to, what they're seeing on social media. They want to live this lifestyle. They want to live. I have seen so many young girls. I have worked in a school system, and I have seen so many young girls that, I want to be like this, when you see this show, and they look at, things they see on TV and they think it's real. And I be telling them, they call it reality TV, but this is not reality. Like, that's not reality. And they're looking at it now like, why work? Why should I have my own when I can just, go get some guy with plenty of money and, live off him? So I think it's just generation.
Yeah. That whole sugar baby thing going on now, like you got these chicks really looking at it like it's
you have the child, but let's look at the parents. Sometimes these parents, they still think they're teens. They're having these kids so young that they're practically growing up together. So
with the kid, that's crazy.
That is crazy. There was a woman on Dr. Phil yet again who she left her children with basically the oldest child, who was like maybe 14, 15, something like that. And she would go out and party every single night. And she said, well, I gave my life for y'all. Now it's my turn. I need to go ahead and live my life and have fun.
Dang.
And that was her stance on it. And she didn't feel bad about letting the older girl raise the children. And she didn't do anything. She didn't cook.
Yeah.
She didn't care about their school. She was out all night, slept all day.
Selfish.
But she didn't give her life to them because they're still growing up. I mean, there's obviously not all adults, so what is she talking about? It's not like all her children are grown, and then she feels like she wants to live her life now.
But what she was showing is that she looked at them as if that they were a hindrance on her life. So regardless if they're young or not, in her mind, she felt, I've given enough to you. So now, one of my kids is going to have to raise you.
But see, I don't understand how parents think that. I know we're going off on another tangent, but I got to get back to this question for the rest of the host. But I don't understand how parents think that, like, the kids are the ones who just showed up one day like, hey, we're here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They didn't ask to be here. I know some people don't believe in abortion, but I also don't believe in child abuse. So I think abortion is probably the best way to go than to give a child a scar in life. Like, if you didn't want children, then
I don't think it's like. I think what it is people have kids and don't realize the amount of work that it takes to raise a kid.
And
like,
I
it's
knew
not,
having a kid was hard. I didn't even know how hard.
Oh, it's hard.
Yeah, but as much as you thought you knew, you didn't know till you actually got there. Like you have a lot of adults that feel to be a good parent, I just have to make sure I keep them safe and feed them and they graduate high school. Like that's all in their mind. That's all they need to do. You know what I mean? Where it's so much more than that. Just like the caller said. I think she said she worked in the school system. And how many adults are allowing their kids to just have unfiltered access to social media? Where that's warping the way that they see the world. Like, you know what I mean? You have these young girls that would never have even known what twerking was or whatever, but because they have this access, they're learning about this stuff. And it's introducing adult themes into their life way quicker than they would have ever encountered it in a regular situation. You know, but why would your middle schooler need a smartphone in the first place?
Right.
Yeah.
You know? If it's a thing of you want to be able to get in contact with them, then you can get them an old flip phone that are like free now. You don't even have to pay for them because they're so old nobody wants them. But it has no apps. It can't have an app because it is not the kind of system that can hold an app. And it's just literally you can get in contact with me if you need it, or I can get in contact with you if I need to, and that's it. You know, and then when you get home, this may sound militant to some people, but I would have it to where, okay, check your cell phones. Ooh, you got in the door, where's your cell phone at? Give it here, because you don't need it now. You're home. So there's no need to text message and stuff. No, you need to talk. You get on the phone right there, and you're going to be lucky if I don't take it real back to the old school where I got the phone on the wall with the curly wire, and you got to sit here and have that conversation. You know?
Not the wireless phone.
You got to get on the computer. There's no laptops and tablets. No, the computer's right there in the TV room where everybody can see it. Get on there and do what you got to do and get off.
I think Logic needs to write a book on parenting. I wonder how the kids are going to turn out. All right, caller. We basically had you on here for like damn near the whole show, caller.
I know, right?
You were a special guest tonight.
Yeah, no, she was our guest host. All right, thank you for calling in. I'm gonna put you back on hold.
All right, thank you. Y'all have a nice night.
You too.
All right,
you
thanks for calling.
All right, so to the rest of y'all, like, what is the biggest turnoff you've had on a date? My biggest one was, I have two. The guy told me he was a cop, and I was like, yep, we're over. And
Damn.
I don't. No.
Why is he over to be a cop?
Because back when I was dating, I don't date cops. End of story. As soon as he told me I was a cop, I think we were like on our 5th date or something. It wasn't the first one. But it turns out that he was what do you call it, a university cop or whatever it was. And I was like, yeah, well, It was nice knowing you. And that was it.
Wow.
He was a really good guy, though. But he was a cop, so nope.
Damn.
And the next one was, the guy took me out, but then I guess either he couldn't hold his liquor or he drank too much. I don't know because I wasn't paying attention. He got too drunk. I'm the one who drove home because I'm not letting anybody who drinks anything drive me. So I drove home, and I was like, that was it. Well, see you later. He called me the next day. I didn't pick up. He called me after that. I didn't pick up. He never heard from me again. I don't hang around drunk people. So those were my two biggest turnoffs.
All right. Who's next?
Well,
Logic.
Mine.
I had a girl on a date tell me that I was the first black guy that she found attractive. I was like, what?
Oh my God!
Well, I've heard women say that. I've heard women say that are non. Yeah, I've definitely heard women say that.
Really?
Non-black women have said that about black men. Yeah,
but it gets deeper. It gets deeper. She was biracial.
Wow.
I was like, what?
Wait, but the person, hold on. So one question. The person who was black in her family, was that person in her life?
I don't know, but I mean, she said she knew black people in her family, so. But listen,
she didn't think they were attractive. That's for sure.
Wait a minute, but it doesn't matter if this girl was an Irish woman from the Highlands. If you can actually say with a straight face that I don't find a specific race attractive, you're a racist. So that's a turn off for me. You know, like it's like a black. If I hear a black person say, "I don't know, white people smell like wet dogs," I'm like, what?
I have heard that. I have actually heard.
I've heard that many times.
And that has to be the most racist, dumbest. I swear, that's just as stupid as white people thinking that black people love watermelon. It's just dumb. It's coming from the dumbest place in your psyche. Wet dogs? What are you?
Well, I want to clear up
something.
I hate watermelon. Hate.
I do too.
Watermelon. Oh God, it's so disgusting. So I just cleared that up.
You've actually mentioned that before. I remember you saying that before. Okay, BJ, what's your one thing? BJ, what's your one thing? Your one thing that date fiasco.
It was two things. I was dating this she was fine. I think I was in my 20s. Only thing is her breath was stinking so much. Like, I guess halitosis. Halitosis.
God.
And I was like, and she was just
there's a cure for that. You can brush your teeth and rinse with what's that called? Listerine.
No.
You can walk around with a
No.
He said she was fine though. She was fine. It was oh my God.
Listen, he is absolutely right. He is absolutely right for shooting her down. Because if you come to a date like that, then what is it going to be when you get relaxed?
Right.
Until you just killing.
And we went out for like almost like a month. And I said, "Damn, what's going on?" And I never kissed in the mouth. She wondered why. Why did you kiss me in the mouth? And I had to tell her. I said, first of all, I had to tell you this. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but your breath is kicking. What's going on? So,
snap!
I tried to take it for a month. I couldn't take it no more. I just, oof.
Wow. So it never got any better.
No, the other one was I had this girl. She was like a chain smoker. That's a no. I said, nah, never. I can't date you. You're a chain smoker. She was just smoking cigarettes every 10, 15 minutes. I'm like, man,
Oh my
you know,
God.
Go through a pack on the whole date, huh? One pack per date.
I was like, yeah. I was nice to her. Like, okay, you know, I talked to her, been nice to her, but I said to myself, when I leave you, I'm gonna never call you again, and I never called her. You know, but the one with the stinking breath, she was just bad. I tried to just fight through that, but I couldn't do it. It's like wintertime came. Oh, in the car. I had to, she had to get out.
Oh man!
Actually, hot breath in the winter is better than hot summer.
No,
all right,
look. You had to turn the heat on and roll up the windows, so that smell was in the car.
And you got halitosis. Have you ever smelled halitosis breath? Woo!
All right,
Listen,
guys.
you know
We only
what's funny?
have
Hold
5
on.
minutes left in the show. We've got 5 minutes left in the show. Does anybody care what my one fiasco was? I'm not going to share more than one.
I like how she's
ready?
taking over.
Yeah. We've got 5 minutes.
I guess it's time for us to care about what Char had to say. Let's go.
Oh, excuse me, but I actually told you to go first. I'm letting everybody go before me, so I'm very unselfish.
You're too kind.
However, there was this guy. I was on a date at dinner, and this man says in the creepiest voice, and it was a nice restaurant or whatever. And so I thought the date was going. I thought it was nice enough. All of a sudden, he goes like this in the creepiest voice. He's like, "Are you into biting?" Biting. I'm like, what do you mean biting? Like intimately, I guess is what he was thinking. But anyway, you know what I did? I was so. Well, he said, but the way he said it was like Jeffrey, I don't know. He said it like some creepy psychopath. Are you into biting? And I was so freaked out and so just so creeped out that I excused myself and I sent 5 lobsters over to his table and I slipped right out, hailed a cab and went home and never spoke to him again. Sent 5 lobsters to his table.
But now you're into biting now. But now you're into biting.
Char has the weirdest way to insult somebody. Like, I would just say, I didn't order this. Please take it back. Like,
oh, no, it doesn't matter. I'm sure he had to pay for it. He was a creep, and I was just so annoyed. I'm like, what could I do at this very moment? Because, and I definitely not going to
order this. He didn't take a bite out of it. He didn't order it, and he sends it back. He doesn't have to pay for it.
It doesn't matter. It's a hassle and it's embarrassing, and he looks like an idiot. If you want to bite something, bite that.
I would just say I didn't order it. If you want to bite
something, bite that. Bite all 5 of those lobsters, you creep.
You know what?
Never
out of all of
spoke to
y'all
him
on
again.
this radio show, if I had to get insulted by anyone, I would go with Char, because I think I would laugh more than be embarrassed. Like, what? That was an insult. I sent him 5 lobsters. Ha 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 ha. What?
Like send 5 lobsters to that man's table right there. 5. They're probably like $500 each. I don't know.
He got to the table and he was confused and he was like, "Waiter, I didn't order this. Can you take it back to the kitchen? I'll keep 1, no problem." Garb, 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 garb. Like, what the hell? Like, you are so weird.
If he loved lobsters, he was in heaven. But he told me he was allergic, so he couldn't eat them anymore.
Well, then he would have just sent it back. I didn't order this. I'm allergic. I actually ordered the steak, so I don't know what happened there. If anything, then the manager would have been like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." He probably got a free meal from it. Because if it was me, I would have gotten a free meal for it.
She's a bad pointer.
I really don't know how that was actually an insult.
That was the only thing we had in common. I'm anaphylactic. I will die if I eat a lobster. And he told me that he was.
You're what again? You're what?
You're what again?
My name is Charlotte Anaphylactic. That's my name.
You're anaphylactic? Logic?
No, that's
anaphylactic.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you
Logic.
allergic to logic?
What?
Anaphylactic.
Damn.
That is literally the medical. That's the medical term for someone who's allergic to shellfish.
No, it's not, baby. I'm sorry to tell you, that is not it. But I have to write it down before I forget it, though. Anaphylactic. It's anaphylactic.
I know. I was joking. It was a pun on Logic's name. I just thought yes, I was. I didn't think it was funny. He didn't say anything. Boring.
I like how people say wrong things and be like, "I was joking. I was just trying to see if you would laugh.
No. I've known that for like 20 years. I know exactly what it is. But I figured logic, L-O-G-I-C. L-O-G-I-C. I thought it was funny.
Anaphylogtic. I'm anaphylogtic too. Logic, you make my throat close up. Wait, what? Never mind.
I thought it was a cool pun. It was a pun. I just thought it was a cool pun. Thank
you, everyone, for joining us tonight. You'll see us next week right here on No Conduct Radio. Wow, I'm just tripping over everything. You'll see us next week right here on No Conduct Radio. Peace out, everyone.
Woo! Until next week, live from Las Vegas, baby.
Anybody out there who's anaphylogtic, text Logic on Facebook.
My head's blowing up right now. Goodbye.